Hello, my name's Mr. John Foden. We all know fraud is going on with the banks. Everything's happening and everything's happening fast. Now this phone, would you believe, is having fraud done on it. Yeah, you think we're in a big mess. Fraud happening everywhere. Everybody's greedy and everybody wants money. Now I'm going to tell you, let me explain. I was on to a phone company, EE. Let's agree to differ because we don't want to commit slander now, do we? Me, in my opinion, he was a fraudster. I didn't want to give him my, password because he could have been a fraudster. Remember when we frauded on my phone, so I'm not stupid. I want to say I'm not stupid, I've got a lot of common sense. Anyway, cutting it short, tried to fit a lot in. What actually happened is, I'm on the phone and telling about smart meters, telling about Google lies, telling about sat-navs lie, and all this. Previous to this, I'd phoned numbers. Phoned the Law Society in alongside in Manchester. Now you think, if I'm given a number off a third person, why is that person giving me a different number than what I've rang? Previous to, and it was Ireland, by the way. The island is getting blamed for a lot of things, which is unfair. Anyway, getting back to the story, I actually phoned another number, and that was the Law Society. I got put through because obviously he said it's been happening a lot. This, that, and the other. Remember I told you about hackers on my phone. But again, you'll laugh at this. I'm on the phone to him, saying about all these spout meters and all the rest of it. I said, you're very bright, can you give me a bit of acknowledgement on how to go about it? He's telling me this, that and the other. I said, well, I was very polite to him, by the way. That's how you keep him on the phone. Very polite. And that's how I kept him on the phone. I said, you're not going to put the phone down on me. You're not going to put the phone... I said it quite a few times, but he said he's not. Anyway, I told him I had a Samsung 3, by the way. Clever me. I haven't got a Samsung 3, and I'm not going to tell you what phone I've got. But guess what? If you think about it, he thought he was being smart. Well, he's a technician, remember. He rang me back. Right? And guess what? Now, he works for EE. Oh, he said he did. In my opinion, he didn't. Remember, he did say he wouldn't put the phone down. So in Jimmy Martins, we're all agreeing on different things. Then after that, guess what? What happened was, I said I'm having this, so he says Thatcher reset this, do that. He says it's up to you if you call the numbers. But then again, we've already discovered Google lies, haven't we? But I never told him that. In fact, I did, I said Google lies. So he said it's up to you. Quite a few times, by the way. But I'm also being polite to him, remember. You're always polite on the phone when you talk to people. Talk to them how you want to be respected. So I'm on the phone to him. Now, I'm getting all these own numbers from Ireland. And probably you had as well, polite people out there. But let me get back to my story. And then I'll tell you about what we should do. Anyway, so we're talking. And not once out of all the questions when I was asking for the advice, I said, is there anything else I can do? Is there anything else I can do? Is there anything else I can do? He says you can go to the police or you can go to Samsung. Remember Samsung shut the lockdown, right? The police can't be bothered with a mobile phone. They want a big crime. I get the drift. So they're not going to do anything, and he probably knew that anyway. Now, one suggestion to you people. Oh, by the way, you'll laugh at this. Talk about common sense. With him not saying anything like this, you know, at the end of the conversation, I actually said, this is, well, common sense. Because I already knew you should change your number, but even though he never said it, as well as asking him several times, is there anything else I can do? Remember the lockdown's on, you can't get in touch with the police, and Samson's shop is closed. Now you'll laugh at this. What he actually did say, in fact, when I asked him, I can keep my number, can't I? Guess where he slips up, and he's a flipping fraudster. He said, actually, yes, you can. And straight away, he put the phone down so fast because he slipped up. Oh, by the way, so he could, make you a bit happier. He called me John, by the way. Johnny did. So that's like to make you feel welcome and happy. So never fall for that one as well. Now, what you got to do when you got a phone, everyone's been conned, as we know. You have to use a network, right? So get a network and a SIM from a proper shop, right? Now, they've probably got your number from an app. If not from an app, other means, right? Maybe email addresses and the other. People are clever, these hackers, remember. They can also find out this and the other. But anyway, when you get your phone, remember, have 3 email addresses, just to make sure. Now, what you got to remember is, on what you got to do, when you've done this, by the way, when you get a different phone, remember, don't use the hacking phone. Smooth, eh? Right, common sense. Anyway, so when you've done that, because you have to use your phone and you have to connect to something, connect to Google. But when you connect to Google, turn every single subject off on Google, except the Google to use the phone. And I don't know nothing about phones. Anyway, getting back to my story. What's happening right now? Scotland. Bit of confrontation verbally with arguments. Now, if you are going to be blaming the Irish for fraud, what's going to happen? Remember I told you everything what started as a seed comes back. Well, the coronavirus is on, so work it out. Do we really need to be blaming the Irish? No. For a start, a long time ago, a lot of bad things happen. We don't need them happening again. They don't need to be getting blamed for the fraud. But then again, we don't know who's committing it. But in my opinion, at these bad times, don't make the Irish commit the fraud. Remember I told you, when a seed is planted, it always returns. It certainly does. So you're all blaming the Irish. Remember, Scotland are not happy with, the government at the moment. So see about the theories of law of attraction, like I tell you. So it shows you the truth. So if all you are going to be blaming the Irish, right, it's wrong. There you are, facts are in the figures. Because we don't need something starting, like I just said, with the coronavirus is on. And also, as well as that, what's the other scams? Oh, by the way, when you got your mobile phone, guess what you do? You put it in and make sure it's a private number. If companies can do it, why not you? Don't give anyone your number. See? You nearly slipped up there, didn't you? I reminded you because you wasn't thinking. And if you was, well, then again, I'm not educated. I use common sense because I don't know about phones. So when had to tell me how to use YouTube, in fact, a friend. Other than that, I ask people for help. Sure do. I have to ask people for help to put screen protectors on, which I had done recently from one of your YouTube videos you'll see. But as I'm talking, where else is that being done? Smart meters, right? Now listen to this. This is quite very common sense. In fact, extremely common sense. You get in this and remember it's a fraud phone. If they got into your phone. we're giving you this, we're sending you, put a smart meter in, put a smart meter in, put a smart in. Now, if they do put a smart meter in, guess what? You could be paying a bill to somebody you don't even get electric for. See what I mean? You could be paying your electric and you could actually be left with a big bill. As well as them committing fraud, and if you have direct debit, they control it. They can take it out at any time. So what you need to do is get standing orders. Then you're in control. See, they can't take it then, can they? And also have 2 bank accounts. Getting to the point as well, which is a really quick one and a really clever one. What's your TV? And most radios these days, infrared. So they can't get you one way. Oh, by the way, when they get through the post, guess what they do? Make sure you look at an old bill what has a telephone number, see if it's the same telephone number on the bill you've received. And when they come round, guess what they can do, which I was explaining about the TV. They could leave something in your premises that's infrared. Remember, just common sense really, like the TV. I just thought of it, well, last night, because I made this last night, deleted it and made it again, would you believe? And remember, your TV you can still watch and not have a TV license. You're going to say, how can you do that? Remember, DVDs. So you're sorted. Don't even need a TV license without breaking the law. See, you can still have entertainment in your house. We don't really want to break the law. A lot of people in a lot of trouble as it is. You may say you're paying for repeats, but there again, DVDs you're not. Especially if they're films. See, give you a bit of entertainment at home while you're at home. But anyway, as we're getting back to these smart meters and the post, like I was saying, when the person comes round, guess what they can do? What was they talking about? TVs? Guess what? The infrared, and this goes for offices as well. My friend's got an office, but this is class. Well, common sense. They could come in your office, fit a carpet or whatever, this, that and the other, and charge you. Could be a reputable company. But everybody's greedy. You don't know the company. You don't know the people. Like, my theory is this was a con merchant on the other end of the phone. He did give me some good advice. I was taking notes. And he gave me where it was. Guess what it was? Ireland again. See? Everyone's getting blamed for Ireland. And it doesn't mean they're doing it, by the way. Like I told you, we don't need fights again while the coronavirus is on. But getting to the subject about what I was talking about, guess what they could do? These people who don't said they would not fit in a smart meter. Because remember, you don't want a smart meter because it can turn off from the Wi-Fi outside or the other end where they are. And you're using electric from a different company, so you're paying 2 bills. But you won't get the big bill to the end of it. You get the drift? And yet, they think you should change suppliers, but you should change suppliers to a fake supplier. Possibility, remember, no slander. They could be doing it by infrared and ranking up your bill so much. And remember, standing orders make you in control, so you can stop them. But, like I'm saying is, guess how they do it? If they didn't do it from outside, what could they do? When a person comes round as well, to see how clever you really are. I'm not clever, I use common sense. They could leave a small instrument in your premises. Guess what? Infrared. Now you're going to say you can't see infrared when you're looking at the TV, what mine's over there. Guess what? That small instrument is infrared. Could be, Maybe not. We don't want to commit slander now, do we? But guess what? Well, that it could be. We know that. But I'm saying we would only commit slander if someone's fitted it or left it there, maybe on purpose. Right? So we don't get in trouble now. So you don't accuse no one. Remember? But listen to this. What they could do, and how you can find out, is get some infrared, like an infrared pen. Then you'll see the beam wherever it's going. See? Quite a lot of common sense there, didn't they? A very lot of common sense. So you're doing that. So you've caught that one. If you're clean of that, I trust my landlord. He's a good landlord. Sure is. Hopefully I get credit for what. Hope he'll give me credit for what I've told him. Yeah, like I told you. Things can be ranked up and your bills. Now remember, going back to bills, like I just mentioned, make sure you phone the old company, like I said, but make sure the appointment is booked, but on your phone, which actually doesn't have Google, right? Or nothing, and you don't have Google, because as we know, Google lies anyway. Just get another phone for Google, if you need be, but a cheap one at that. Don't really. You're just using it for a thingy. Like me, I'm going to start using this for videos, for YouTube. See? Quite clever. Now, you got to work out how you're going to solve your problem with different things. And I'm going to tell you, how are you going to cancel your contract? Well, your data protection has been breached. Now, I've been told, and I won't tell you who, and also, you probably know already, so this, it's not as if anywhere, because we're not stupid and you're not stupid. Your data is sent on to make money for marketing. So all these companies are when you look at an app, guess what? Another app actually turns up on your phone trying to sell you something. Like me, I thought of a good idea. I'm getting all these things to advertise on YouTube. And that's because they want my secret. Clever, eh? Anyway, everybody makes mistakes. Just like that man who actually, did I tell you? Let's see if you remember. I'll tell you, because I'm telling you now again. Just in case you forgot, because people look at videos and never get all the information. At the end of the conversation, because I'm reminding you, just to see if you heard it, or if to see you didn't. Anyway, so what he actually did, we're talking, and he never actually said, what do you call it? Keep your telephone, you can change your telephone number. So what I actually did at the end of the conversation, and I don't know nothing about mobile phones, like I just said. I asked for help, even for screen protectors, what I put on recently. I said to him, guess what? I said, can I keep my same telephone number? He said, yes. Bang! The phone went down. You gotta laugh, haven't you? Anyway, so all you people out there watching this, you're gonna say, he's got a bit of intelligence. Well, it's not intelligence, it's common sense. So any letters that come through your door, remember, are they real or not? If you want the real information, go to one of your old bills, get the telephone number, see if it's the same telephone number. That's quite intellectual. And guess what else you do? Check the address to see if it's the same address as before. And if it says number has changed, right, guess what? The number has changed. And you ring a different number. Think about it. You give, guess what? A survey at the end, probably on some. Remember, they could have a www.terms and conditions, but remember, don't fall for that one. Remember, there are people out there who want to commit fraud. Watch what you're doing. Don't be daft. And don't fall for any tricks. never, never, while you think you're having fraud done on your phone, do a survey. See? Smooth and smart. I'm not smart. I know you are, but I use common sense. So you could say, in all the things I've told you, I've helped you a little bit. But remember, DVDs for TV, check your office, and as well, people who put things in there, never do a survey, even though you're doing polite. When you phone a company, and everywhere your phone's in Ireland, don't blame the Irish, because remember, are they doing what you're saying? We don't need something starting. What actually, would you believe, started years ago? Remember when I told you about seed growing? It's come back again. We don't need energy while this coronavirus is on. Work it out. Scotland are having a barney with the government. We don't want the Irish joining in. And then that'd be even worse. Remember, things are separated. What would you do if the Scottish and the Irish joined together? See what I mean? And wasn't very happy with the government. Work it out. Doesn't take a genius. So never blame the Irish for your phone calls. Maybe someone's trying to cause confrontation. Anybody. And remember, we don't need it in society. And remember, Scotland have already started bad vibes. Bad vibes we don't need. Especially while the coronavirus is on. And people have got to wake up, smell the coffee. You're probably thinking about the person in charge. Yeah, he's probably doing a good job. But remember, bad energy we don't need. Good energy we do. We all need to be at peace. Remember, we can't have wars now. We don't need wars between ourselves. We're in a country, might be separated different parts, but remember, we don't need wars between ourselves. Remember the Irish? See what I mean? How many bad things happened. Don't blame the Irish, and the Scottish tell the truth, need to wake up. And the English, and not blame Scotland, and very much don't blame the Irish. I'm not Irish, but I've got common sense. You can see what's coming around the corner. See what I mean? From things which have happened in the past. Now, you take care. I'll give you a bit of information. And as well as that, the phone again. Remember, get a different SIM card. Like I said before, get it not from a shop. If I didn't tell you, I'm telling you now. But the phone shop of a company who it's for. And never keep the same number, by the way. And some of the phone numbers you've got on your phone, they may be able to track it that way as well. See? And like I said, get a private number. If no one's happy, just say, well, I'm afraid if that company can have a private number, so can you. See what I mean? There's a lot of people with common sense, and I've got it quite a lot. And I don't know about mobile phones. Like I told you, I asked people to help me with my mobile phones, but I'm quite intellectual and got a lot of common sense. So I hope I've helped you in this matter, which is cutting corners for you not to get in trouble. Blame the Irish for probably what they're not even doing, because everybody's having fraud. The banks are going, as we know. Money is really like a bond. Do you know what money is? It's infinite, it's contactless, it's really worth nothing. All it is like, all money is, do you want me to tell you, the proper truth? Someone had taken you across a river, because someone likes stones, to the other side, is swapping like this phone for another phone with someone. So in other words, you're giving an item for another item. Exchange. So you're exchanging something for something. That's all it is. A bond between two people. The banks are making money, yeah. out of your money. All the bank is good for, and I'll tell you now, direct debits and standing orders. And make sure you don't get conned and have 2 accounts, not 1, to pay different bills in different accounts. Because people can get into your bank accounts and make it so secure no one can get in it, just like mine. You take care, get back to you next time. Good luck and good karma. Hope it gives you some good information. And make sure, with all this fraud going on, you don't blame the Irish, or Scottish by the way, let's include them. But they need to stop starting bad vibes, because we don't need, even though we're all separated, England is close together. We don't need arguments. Scotland are getting angry with the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister's trying to do this and this. So the confrontation, just imagine, like I said before, I'm saying it now, Scotland and Ireland joined together. What would happen then? Work it out. Anyway, you get rid of that bad energy. What you're thinking about. Good luck and good karma. Let's hope someone wakes up and smells a copy. Probably everyone in charge who's helping the country. Good luck and good karma to all of you. Even bad people, and let's hope they change the ways, because we don't really need any bad energy. But then again, they've created it. Let's hope they stop it. Take care and bye for now. Speak to you next time.